Welcome! Today, we're going to break down a modern approach to home heating and cooling that's getting a ton of buzz, the ductless mini-split system.
Okay, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll set the scene by looking at the unique comfort challenges you face in a place like Florida. Then, we'll dive into what a mini-split system actually is. After that, we'll get into all the advantages, the different types you can choose from, what it takes to get one up and running, and we'll wrap it all up with a really interesting question about the future of home comfort.
So, first things first, let's talk about the core issue. I mean, especially in a climate like Florida's, just staying comfortable can feel like a full-time job, right?
And it's a struggle we all know too well. Your energy bills are through the roof, but for some reason, the living room is an oven while the bedroom feels like a freezer. With those old traditional systems, it's just a constant, really expensive balancing act.
So, what's the fix? What's the modern answer to this problem? Well, that brings us right to the mini-split. And it's a totally different way of thinking about how we control the climate in our homes.
At its core, a mini-split is just what it sounds like, a ductless alternative to the old-school HVAC systems we're all used to. It's a system that was really designed from the ground up for two things, efficiency and a whole lot of flexibility.
And here is the real game changer. Think about it. Traditional systems have to force air through this huge, leaky maze of ducts, losing energy all along the way. But a mini-split, it's all about direct delivery. It puts that cool or warm air exactly where you want it, with zero detours.
And you know what? That simple idea of direct delivery is what unlocks all the best advantages of going ductless.
And the list of benefits is pretty incredible. We're talking about everything from saving a bunch of money to just having a quieter, healthier, and way more comfortable home. So let's break down some of the biggest ones.
The efficiency piece is huge. For one, you're only cooling or heating the rooms you're actually in. No more pumping expensive AC into an empty guest room. Plus, they use this really smart inverter technology. So instead of that old system that just blasts on and off, this runs quietly and continuously at a lower power level. It's a massive energy saver.
And that leads to maybe my favorite part, customizable zoning. This is the official end of the thermostat wars in your house. You can finally have the bedroom at a nice, cool 68 degrees, while the living room stays a little warmer at 72. Everybody gets exactly what they want.
Oh, and we have to talk about the sound, or really the lack of sound. You know that loud clunk and then the roar of a central air unit kicking on? Well, you can forget about that. Mini-splits are literally designed to be whisper quiet. It just makes for a way more peaceful home.
Okay, so we know the benefits are awesome. Now let's look at the two main ways you can set these up, because this is where you can really tailor the system to your exact needs.
The difference here is pretty simple, but it's really important. A single-zone system is just one outdoor unit powering one indoor unit. It's perfect for tackling one specific area. A multi-zone system, on the other hand, connects a few different indoor units to one powerful outdoor unit. This lets you control different rooms all on their own.
So, which one is for you? Well, a single-zone setup is fantastic for solving a very specific problem. You know, like a home office that's always too hot, or maybe a new room you just added on. But a multi-zone system, that's what you want when you're looking to customize the comfort across your entire home.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks. What does it actually take to get one of these systems installed and, keep it running?
The best part is, since you're not tearing up walls to install massive ductwork, the whole process is surprisingly quick and clean. A pro will help you pick out the right units, they get mounted, and then they make the final connections and test everything out. It's that straightforward.
And what about maintenance? It couldn't be simpler. All it really takes is one professional checkup a year to keep the system running at its absolute best.
So, let's bring this all home. Let's think about the kind of impact a technology like this can have on the way we actually live and feel in our own homes.
I mean, this quote really says it all, doesn't it? When you boil it all down, it comes back to two things we all want: lower bills and way more comfort. And that right there is a pretty powerful combination.
So, we'll leave you with this thought. When you look at the incredible efficiency, the insane level of customization, and how quiet they are, it's pretty clear that ductless technology is a real game changer. The only question left is, could it be the right choice to optimize your space?